All right, today's video, we're going to start 521. We're going to be talking about polynomials. Now, polynomials, there's four names we need to talk about. Monomials, binomials, trinomials, and polynomials. Now, monomial, binomial, and trinomial are technically polynomials, but we have special names for terms that have only one term, monomials, two terms, binomials, and three terms, trinomials. If it has four or more, we just call them polynomials, and I have some examples over here. What we're going to talk about first is, can we classify them? And classify it means give them a name. So if I look at this first example right here, 4x squared is one term separated by a plus symbol. 3y to the fourth z squared is a second term separated by a minus symbol, and 12 is the third term. So this one has 1, 2, 3 terms, so that is a trinomial, because tri means 3. The second example over here, 7x to the third, y to the fifth is one term separated by a plus symbol. 10a squared b is a second term, so this one has one term separated by a plus symbol. Two terms, this one has two terms. Two terms is a binomial because bi means two, like bicycle has two wheels. So this one is a binomial, the top one is a trinomial. Now if we go on to the third example right here, 16x to the third, y to the fourth, z to the fifth. Now this is a big term, but there is only one term here because it's not being separated by addition and subtraction symbols. So because this is one term, its name is a monomial. So again, we have a trinomial up top because it has three terms. Binomial is the second one because it has two terms, and we have a monomial because it has one term. Now this last one, 42b to the second is one term separated by a minus symbol. 6c is a second term separated by a minus symbol. ab is a third term and separated by a plus symbol, and this is our fourth term. So again, anything that has four or more terms, we just call it a polynomial. Now again, I cannot stress this enough. They are all polynomials, but we have special names for 1, 2, and 3 terms. Okay. Now, the second thing we're going to talk about is to what degree each polynomial is. And we're going to start with number 1 up here. Now, again, number 1 is a trinomial. This first term, to what degree it is we are adding up the exponents. And since there's only one exponent, 2, that first term is to the second degree. The second term, well, there's two exponents, so 4 and 2, we add those up, and that is to the sixth degree. This last one, there's no variables. If there was, it would be like x to the 0. Since it's not there, we're going to say that has 0 terms. So this trinomial is to the largest degree, so 2, 6, and 0 is to the sixth degree. Now if I look at the second one, the first term, again, if I add up the exponents, 3 and 5, I get to the 8th degree. The second term, 2 and that invisible 1 is to the 3rd degree. So I'm just asking myself which one's larger between 8th degree and 3rd degree. So this binomial is to the 8th degree because 8 was larger than 3. All right, let's look at the third one. Now again, this is a monomial because it's one term. 3 plus 4 plus 5 is going to be 12. So there's only one term, so 12 is the largest term. So this monomial is to the 12th degree. And let's look at the last one down here. This first term is to the second degree. The second term is to the invisible 1 degree. This third term is to the invisible 1 and invisible 1, and 1 plus 1 is 2, so that's to the second degree. And this third term, 4 and 2, gives me the 6th degree. So between 2, 1, 2, and 6, 6 is the largest. So this polynomial is to the 6th degree. All right, these next examples, we're going to talk about standard form, but I'm also going to go over classifying and to what degree. Now, this one has one term, second term, and a third term. So I would call this one a trinomial. The first term is to the second degree. The second term is to the fourth degree. And the third term is to the invisible 1 degree. So 2, 4, and an invisible 1, which would mean it is to the 4th degree. Now, standard form says if there's 3 terms, we have to put them in order from the largest degree to the smallest degree. So x to the 4th is to the largest degree, so I would rewrite him and put him first. 3x squared is the next highest degree, so since that's a positive 3x squared, I'm going to write plus 3x squared. And then finally, negative 2x is the smallest degree, so I would put him last. So this trinomial to the 4th degree is now written in standard form. All right, number 2. This example, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. And again, if it's 4 or more, we just call it a polynomial. The first term is to the 0 degree, 3rd degree, the invisible 1 degree, and 5th degree. So of all those, the largest one was the 5th degree. So this polynomial is to the 5th degree. And now we're going to write it in standard form. Negative 3x to the 5th is the largest term degree, so I'm going to put him first. Negative 6x to the 3rd is the next highest degree, so I'm going to put him second. Positive 4x is the next highest. And then finally a positive 10, so write plus 10. So this polynomial is to the 5th degree, and we have just rewrote him to standard form. Number 3. This has one term separated by a plus symbol and a second term. So this is a binomial, and now let's do to the degree. The first term, 2 plus 4 is 6, so this one is to the 6th degree. 3 plus an invisible 1 plus 3 is to the 7th degree, so it's a binomial, and between 6 and 7, 7 was the largest, so this binomial is to the 7th degree. Now let's write it in standard form, and again 7th degree would go first, so 16x to the 3rd, y, z to the 3rd would go first. That's a positive 2x squared y to the 4th, so I put plus. So this binomial to the 7th degree is now written in standard form. All right, our last example here. This is a trinomial. The first term, invisible 1, and 2, gives me to the 4th degree, 5th degree, and 2 plus 3 plus 3 is going to be 8th degree. So 4, 5th, and 8th. 8th is the largest, so this trinomial is to the 8th degree. Now I'm going to rewrite it in standard form. 8th degree goes first, so 7a squared b to the 3rd, c to the 3rd goes first. 5th degree would go second, so negative 3d to the 5th. And finally, 4th degree would go last, 5abc squared. So this trinomial to the 8th degree is written in standard form.